Welcome to New Possibilities. I speak truth to power without fear. So, before I get started, I want to remind you all again that you can support my channel, New Possibilities, by making a donation. I will include a link in the description box and also in the comment section. I appreciate your support. Your support goes toward improving the quality of this channel. So, yesterday I saw an article about Tyrese Gibson. He's the famous actor and singer. And he made some rather controversial statements about women on Instagram. He put a long post and rant. And I want to just provide some commentary about this. First, I'm going to summarize some of the things that he complained about and then provide my response. So, he first of all said that his statement applied to women of all races. He went on to talk about how he overheard a group of women complaining about men, complaining about how men ain't shit and how, men are stupid and they'll sleep with any woman and all this and that. And in response to that, Tyrese just went on this epic rant about manufactured beauty, talking about how a lot of these women have fake hair, fake eyelashes, fake butts. They have fake noses. For instance, they use plastic surgery, and he was talking about how their nostrils are so small they can barely breathe. And he went on to talk about how real men see this BS. He went on to talk about how no one will take you seriously, referring to these women that have quote unquote manufactured beauty. He talked about how basically men are just sleep with you for one night and not take you seriously and just keep moving on. And he was talking about how these women think that they're all this and all that because they have a lot of men that they're with and all that kind of stuff. And he went on to call these women hoes, sluts, tramps, and he talked about how they are never without a man. So that gasses them up and basically makes them think they're all this and all that. And then he talked about how, women with standards may be single and all this and that. And then he went on to say, that he's team natural, that he's team squats and he basically said, shout out to team natural, shout out to team squats and all this and that. So I want to take time to respond to this statement. Even though he said that this applies to women of all races, for the most part, I think that he's really directing this at black women. Because, when you're talking about weaves and all that kind of stuff, for the most part, he's talking about black women. I mean, I guess he's trying to avoid directly mentioning black women after that disastrous controversy over him referring to his, non-black woman as an African queen and all that kind of stuff. After that disaster, I guess he tried to dodge another bullet by saying he's talking about women of all races. And some of these things can apply to women of all races, but I think that he's really talking about black women here. And as people raised in the comment section to the article, they said, well, you're married. Why are you concerned about these women? I mean, why are you talking about women wearing fake this and fake that when you're already married? So you shouldn't even be concerned with what these women are doing. So that's one thing. And then I want to talk about this whole thing about natural versus manufactured beauty. Obviously, I prefer a natural woman and natural in every sense of the word, and I think that a lot of brothers do, natural hair, natural, just natural features, period, just to sum it up. But I think that a lot of times, unfortunately, there are a lot of men who get on here on social media and say that they are about natural women. They talk about how they hate weaves and all this and that, and they hate, artificial beauty and all that kind of stuff. That's what they profess to hate. But in reality, that's not true. I mean, in reality, these same men that are complaining about black women wearing weaves and all this and that are the same men that chase women with quote unquote good hair. The same men that chase white women. because they say, well, they don't have to worry about getting in the pool and all that kind of stuff. These men, a lot of these brothers are hypocrites, man. They talk about how they want a natural woman, but you can't find them with a natural woman. You know, while this man talks about natural this and natural that, he marries a woman who looks like what these unnatural women are trying to look like. I mean, she has the kind of hair that a lot of these women that wear the weaves are trying to have. She has the complexion that a lot of these sisters who bleach their skin are trying to have. So this man, while he talks about natural beauty, this and that, he's pursuing the the image that a lot of these sisters are striving to have. And I think that without a doubt, like if most men truly love natural black women and they express that love and they manifest that kind of love, then I think that most women would try to have that kind of image. They would promote being natural more if they saw that men were truly attracted to a natural woman. If they saw that most men found the natural black woman beautiful, then they would try to follow that example. They would try to be more natural. But the fact that you have so many of these black men, and I just did a video a few minutes ago about this subject about black athletes dating and marrying all these white women and stuff like that. If they saw more like of these prominent black men and just the average black man dating and marrying natural black women with natural hair, then they would dress like they would take on that kind of uh, appearance. But they don't see that. They see these black men with these white women, or very light women, or women with the quote unquote good hair and all this and that. So they try to follow that example because they see that that's what men are drawn to. If men weren't drawn to that, I mean, it's more likely than not that women wouldn't be, some of these women wouldn't be as artificial. They wouldn't have this quote unquote manufactured beauty. And, this whole thing, because black men and a lot of men, we're attracted to, women with a certain physique, because of that, women feel the need to, you know, some women do feel the need to have these operations done to increase their breast size or their butt size and all that kind of stuff. So it's like, men are partly to blame for the situation. And it's just the society in which we live. It's a society that's focused on superficiality. It's a society focused on artificial, ridiculous standards of beauty. So because of that, a lot of these women feel the need to change who and what they are. They don't have that self-love because you have men like this brother Tyrese tearing down women, so they don't have that self-love. And they feel that they have to be other than themselves to attract men, to be a real woman. And I'll just conclude on this note. I'll just say this. Um, really, I mean, men shouldn't be the ones giving dating advice and counseling to women. I mean, women shouldn't even listen to a Tyrese or Steve Harvey or somebody like that. I mean, first of all, I mean most of these guys are like haven't been in long. They're not even role models for successful relationships. I mean, Steve Harvey has been divorced a lot of times, and I think that Tyrese is on his second marriage and all this and that. So really, these guys are not a model or some kind of example for how successful relationships work. So really, they shouldn't be the guides for relationships. They shouldn't be the ones who are designated as relationship experts. And really, I think that women would benefit more from a woman giving them advice. A woman who's been in a long-term, successful, loving marriage. I think that that person is more suited to provide relationship advice to women than some arrogant, misogynistic dude. That's the bottom line. That's what I think. So share your thoughts. Tell me what you think about this statement that Tyrese made. I will include a link in the description box so that you can read the article, read his statement for yourself, and judge it for yourself. So please rate, comment, and subscribe. Peace.